Hi guys, so I'm coming on because I want to, hopefully you're seeing this screen. I'm being nudged to share this video with you. So Sananda is also Jesus. Jesus was his earth name. His real identity is known as Sananda, and this is from him. And it's coming about the end of times, and he's talking about what that means. And if you even want to call it that, remember, it's like Judgment Day. He kind of taps into what that is a little bit here. What might be coming forward for you, and I know I went through with love, and that's all I can say, but I'm going to play this for you guys, and I think it'll help. I didn't watch it all again. This is just something Spirit wants me to share. Okay. I'll try not to make it all staticky like yesterday. Told you that love is important. This is part of why. So you are being judged. It's not judged though. Remember, it's all about what you put out. You reap what you sow.
Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Once again, it is with great joy that I am here, able to address each one of you. Times are fast-paced, a lot happening in your world, different things never seen before. Don't interpret this as the end of times. Some might lead you to believe that this is exactly what is happening, the end of times. I tell you that nothing has an end. Everything changes. Everything changes. For a long time,
Don't end, we change.
Things on your planet have changed.
Remember what I told you guys was what they meant by this judgment day or the end of times. It was some will go, some will stay, and some will never know life this way. Meaning that those individuals will have their mind erased. Basically, they have to start all over. It's like restarting the whole cycle to learn what love is, because that was the purpose of life. And my twin flame chose against love. It's pretty scary.
What can we say, for better or for worse? I would say that in terms of evolution, in terms of wisdom, technology, your planet did. The human mind was able to make civilization evolve. On the other hand, love was being erased.
Love was being erased.
You became individualistic and selfish. So which of these 2 points is better or worse?
I got killed.
Everything will depend on the understanding and concept that each one created for their life. Many think that living well, having comfort, having plenty of food on the table, without worrying about others, is wonderful. It is pure happiness so deeply sought after. For many, having nothing to eat, having nowhere to live, honestly and comfortably, is the worst of all worlds. It is a total disgrace. Who is right and who is wrong? It will depend on each one's vision. So I say to you that,
where is your heart?
End of times. Okay, I'm going to expand a little bit the idea of end of times. If we are talking here about the end of poverty, the end of hunger, the end of inequality, I could say, yes, we are at the end of these times. We are also at the end of extreme wealth.
Yep.
Of selfishness, of thinking only about oneself.
Yep.
Yes, We are also talking about the end of these times.
So if you didn't learn to
So I
love,
would like you to think
you're in trouble.
there is no end. There is always a transformation where many will face that it will be for the worse, and many will face that it will be for the better. Those who today live in misery, in poverty, will have something to eat. For them it will be better. Those who today have a full life, who don't care about that human being,
Yeah.
starving to death outside their door, maybe. In his view, life will get worse. Who is right and who is wrong? So the end of times, I would prefer to change this expression to transformation of the times,
Transformation of ascension.
where each one of you will have to learn a new way of living. Nobody, I repeat, nobody, will go through these new transformed times without an internal modification.
Told you, everybody will be affected.
Everyone will need to change.
Yep.
Everyone will need to learn a new way of thinking and living. There is no human being on the face of the planet who will accept everything with an open heart and agree 100% with everything. There will be no. But I can assure each of you, as time goes by, you will see that everything starts to fall into place, and it will be very easy and very simple to learn to live in this new way. I ask each of you a question.
Told you something big's coming.
Where does the greatest imbalance in your world come from? It is precisely the social inequality that exists across the planet, where people are thrown on the streets because they have nowhere to live.
Yep.
Begging for a piece of bread and watching those driving along the street in luxurious cars, not caring what happens around them. This inequality has generated the imbalance that exists in your world today. Why some can and some can't? Why do some have a comfortable life
Are choosing
and focused on
not love from love and
their
killing
own
love,
navel, and others
stabbing
have
it in the
nothing?
heart?
This
Pretty
is
sad.
what was created in your world. Those who have the privileged financial conditions have always stepped on those who
Yep.
never had anything.
Experienced that my whole life.
Don't answer me that not everyone is like that. To some extent, I agree, because the great fortunes of this planet are not compared to those who find themselves, who have many assets, but who will see that in the future they have almost nothing.
Yep.
Compared to those who dominate the planet. So this great inequality generated the violence, misery, misfortune that you live day by day. Because those up there, with their fortunes, practically burning everything they have in orgies, in utterly degrading actions, don't care who's down below. So I ask you, where is the equality on this planet? So
When I tell you I'm part of the gods of time and you look at everything I did, I cleared Mount Shasta, I realigned the poles, I raised Atlantis. You guys, I've done things for 2 years and it's all on recording. And I've been trying to tell everybody, don't judge me. Like, I know I'm normal, like I'm normal as normal can be as far as everything else goes. And I'm a good person. And I kept saying something's coming and we needed that love. We still do. And he's still hurting me. And so we took love from God. We took unconditional love and we denied it. And not only did we deny it, we hurt it. And so it's a little concerning. And when I tell you guys we need to really focus on unconditional love, I think that's where our focus should be tenfold. Any which way you can give unconditional love, I would say, do it now.
Start changing the way you think about everything that you think is right or wrong. There is no right, there is no wrong, there is each person's way of thinking, their own perspective.
In January
Oh,
this
darn
year,
commercials.
I did ayahuasca with a shaman frog.
The end of times is the end of this relentless sovereignty that these beings have imposed on this planet, making countries impoverished, making rulers richer and richer, while others don't know what to do to feed their people. This will all come to an end. They want to call the end of times very well, that it is the end of the times of tyranny, the end of times of the ridiculous and evil sovereignty that has been implanted on this planet. Don't think we'll put everyone on the same level.
No.
Each will reap the fruit of their actions.
Yes, you reap what you
It is not
sow.
because that citizen who is poor,
Which I'm feeling that
But
now
then-
too. I didn't know how to love either, and I'm hurting every day, but I want to give love. So there's definitely an imbalance still.
he justifies his poverty, killing, raping, assaulting another human being for the simple fact that he has a little more than he does. He will be put on the same scale as that poor man who tries to survive each day. This would be a total lack of sense on our part. Each will be put in its place. Each one will be placed not by their bank accounts,
Nope.
because there are many who have possessions, but who are not arrogant or selfish and help many people.
Yep.
So there aren't just two sides of the scale. Each one will be analyzed for his actions.
So that's what you can consider Judgment Day. Just like what I told you they were doing with my twin flame, is they do a review of your heart. Now, apparently his heart has love, but his actions are saying, I hate you, you stupid bee. Like there's something wrong, you guys. And so I've been saying for 2 years, it's about your heart. Look at my videos on my YouTube channel. Go all the way back. I encourage anybody who's new to do all my meditations because they will help you. Right now, you're experiencing shadow side relief, your release, you're experiencing anything that's heavy inside of you coming to the surface on purpose. Not one of you is going to skate by this unaffected. Okay?
For everything he has done over time, be rich, be poor. So, is it the end of times? Okay, I'll agree that it's the end of times. But it's the end of these times of inequality, domination, hunger, and misery. And from there, you will have to learn to live in a balanced world. A world where no one will humiliate anyone, where no one will have to beg for a plate of food.
No one will
Because
humiliate
everyone
anyone.
will.
I've been humiliated for these last 2 years. That'll be amazing.
Have the right to everything, without distinction of race, color, or beliefs. Even because the beliefs, when this time comes, they will no longer exist.
No longer exist.
The beliefs
Ascension.
in your religions will have been shaken enough that many still remain connected to them. But it will also be a choice. Then each will earn their share according to their actions, according to their hearts, according to each one's heart. There will be no judgment. There will only be a scale where everything positive you have done will be put to one side. Everything you've done that's negative will be placed on the other.
Light and dark.
And the result of this balance will provide you with exactly what you will get.
Yep.
But everything has an extra weight. The weight of the heart. So it's no use here today. If you now decide to become good, Go out donating money on the street so that that goodness scale plate is full, because it won't be.
It's your heart.
Everything will be weighed together with the heart.
Told you.
Then everything that was done from the heart will go to the positive side. The rest, even if it was a good work, will go the other way.
Yep.
Because you did it thinking of yourself.
That's why they're waiting on his
not
actions.
the other.
Has to match his
So
heart.
beware of your actions. Don't want to switch sides. Now just to achieve something. What is done. My brothers, I would say that the scales
Have already been measured.
And each one will have their result. It's no use crying. It's no use regretting it, because what's gone is gone. So with the end of these times, you will start a new journey. Then yes, we can say that a new scale will be placed in your path. And with each lesson learned, we will know exactly which side to place each action. And let it be very clear.
They just
There
need
is
his
no
actions to match
judgment
his
on our
heart.
part. There is no way
I
to
hold
be
space
different
for
from
that.
one brother to another. Action is action. Made from the heart is goodness. Anything other than that goes to another pan of the scale. It's not judgment. It's just result, consequence. So be ready for really the end of times. The end of these times of imbalance and misery. Start thinking about it. Are you ready to live in this other world? Are you ready to shift internally and see the world in a different way?
Like I've been saying for
I
2
hope
years.
so. Now, don't try to forge or cheat the scales,
You can't.
because they are made of divine consciousness.
You're more than a small business.
It's like that meditation that I did, you guys listen to it. It was divine intervention. They intervened on my twin flame because I hurt him so bad. He's been hurt through his life so bad that he's afraid to let his heart open up. And I don't want to lose him because of that fear. Like, that's why I'm like, and it's killing me. And he doesn't deserve, we both deserve this love. And so I hope he hears that. But like, seriously, you cannot fake this, right? They said, I told you guys, they do a review. This shows you're looking at what happens on the other side through me, literally. I did the patron healing yesterday, and right away we had a loved one come through, like, who's George, right? Like this, the veil is very thin. You are literally looking at the space between heaven and earth right now. It's like you are kind of standing in between it. That's how thin everything is right now. And when they are literally giving him one last chance to take action on his heart, that's real. And the consequences of either way are magnificent, and they affect both of us. And I'm scared. And this is why this twin flame thing is a big deal. And it's not just like everybody's like, oh, twin flames are twin. This is different. Look at my meditation. We need this love. Please pray for this love, you guys. Seriously.
Weigh exactly the result of
Let me
each
go back a little. Sorry, because of that thing.
consciousness. And each dish from that one will know how to weigh exactly the result of each one of your actions.
Okay, so let me tap in again just really quick, this divine consciousness. When I tell you guys how to clear karma, you've seen me clear my karma. So as soon as they said infidelity, I was clearing that karma with my twin flame immediately, because that was not intentional. I literally was going out of a place of pain. I'm looking back like, why in the hell? I'm not a cheater. I'm not a cheater, and I would never want to hurt him. And the actions that I did, I had to clear that karma. I've showed you guys how to clear your karma. Most people are afraid to clear their karma. And like they said, it's like pretty much already been looked at, but it doesn't mean to go not care anymore or be like, oh, woe is me. Everybody pretty much has a good heart. I mean, love is there. We have just lost unconditional love. And that's what the Judgment Day really is about. Do you love? Do you know how to love? And can you see love?
Peace be with you. Thank you for watching.
So right at the end. So I kind of really like this video because everybody's talking about the end of times. He states exactly what I have been saying for the past 2 years, except for I say it in simpler words. Some will go, some will stay, some will never know life this way. I've also told you everything is based off of your seam. So you reap what you sow. It's all based off karma, not judgment. It's all based off of your heart. I have given you guys everything you need for the past 2 years. So those of you who've actually followed me without judgment, taken the steps into what I've done, and I've said you're God's army, there you go. There is your answer you've been looking for 2 years as to what does that mean. God sees your heart. Did you judge me? Maybe a little, but you still kept going, right? You were at least in the now and the here. You were at least in the wow, like this is amazing. And then whoa. And then, it's like you kept going out of love. You kept going out of love for self. How many of you are doing my self-love things? It's no coincidence that I had to learn to love myself a little too, because I've never had love, you guys, ever. My whole life on this planet, I've never known love, and I still don't from the one who was supposed to love me. So please let him love me. I don't want him to lose that, to lose where he is supposed to go. This is his purpose. And but do you see what I'm saying? Like, even though it's his purpose, we all have free will. And so it's super important to be mindful of what your free will is doing. Is it like Phil Good said, and it's like your stupid self, or is it your higher self? How about we step out of our way and we let our higher self take over right now? I think that's your best bet. So again, don't get caught, because I think right now you're going to see more of this end of times. I saw it a few times today scrolling across the thing. It was coming on my page. End of times, end of days, 10 things to prove it's the end of days. Now they're saying that these specialists are actually saying we're in trouble with the earth and it's the end of days. Do not get caught up in that. But this video gives you every answer. So I will post this video after the video is over. Talk to you guys later. This was very important info.